I believe we should be live. Waiting for some confirmation in
We're
the
live, I
chat.
think.
We are live? Yes? No?
Yeah,
Maybe so?
there's a commercial right now though.
Yeah, like 21 seconds. 20.
Commercial? Huh? What? Yes, we're live. All right. How's it going, everybody? Thanks for tuning in again. This is Active Reload. I believe this is episode number 5. We're going to be doing a little Hyperfestation recap, talking a little bit about the game, what's going on with it. Tonight, as you can tell, a completely different cast than you're used to. You know, Arctic, Gandhi, and the face were not able to tune in, so we got some other people to fill in, all players and gears, so you guys can go around and introduce each other.
I'm going first. I'm gonna say this because my voice is really I lost my voice. I'm screaming if y'all watch the Hyperfestation stream. I was the guy screaming in the background, getting all crazy. For those of y'all who don't know me, I'm Monster. I played with Team Box. We got destroyed. We had no practice. And yeah, we got destroyed basically. I just wanted to show up and say hi to, to all my boys and everybody and show some support for Hyperfestation. Yeah, that's about it. I want to give a big shout out to P-Dub though for showing up and showing us support and hype and having him give out all those swag bags and everything. I appreciate that.
All right. I'm Justin Kenny. You guys may know me as Duke Kenny IBM.
Okay, number 2.
Kenny Jr.
Still a debate. Played with Ambition. Didn't go as far as we'd like to, but, first tournament with each other. We need to.
My bad. No. I'm DukeSkills. I played with Ruffled Feathers, which was myself, Snell's, Sealand, and Ridenauer. Coming in the event, never placed anything more than top 20. Just a team with
It is audio.
Yeah, your audio cut out. Say that again.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I hit a little lag spike. What'd you say?
Where'd I cut off at?
Something about Ridnow or something like that.
Okay.
You're saying
Yeah.
who you're playing with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was playing with Snell's, Sealand, and Ride. Love all those guys. We came in on Friday and we played RSL. Some shit talking went down because they said something about Sealand's girlfriend. So, if you guys were watching the match, we were like Y buttoning every kill, like every single kill, humping mid round. Like it was going nuts. And then Saturday we started off, played the Insanes. Lost 3-1, dominated on Dry Dock King of the Hill, and lost a couple close executions. And then we played the team that Rhett got upset by, or got double eliminated by, some pickup team.
I coached him. I don't want to talk about that. That was disappointing to say the least. I mean,
Yeah, man.
when I found out they were playing them, I'm like, here you go, guys. Nice rebound match. We got this. No.
Nope.
No.
They just straight camped you guys, didn't they? That's what Fatal was saying.
No, they didn't camp. Okay, it was bad. Fatal
Mercy.
didn't do too hot that match.
All right, guys.
Yeah, and then...
all right, my bad, Spencer.
No, go ahead.
Nah,
ahead.
you're good.
We'll get into it later. No, go
All
ahead,
right, what
Tanner.
up, guys? I'm TanneRain. I didn't go to this hype, but I went to the last hype. I played with the Fathering. I've been on Retaliation Infinity. The real Retaliation, the Retaliation that didn't get double eliminated. But just hopping in here to talk some gears with you guys. So, I don't really have much to say right now about me because I'm just getting back into playing the game since I didn't go last hype. But I watched the whole tournament, so I have some insight from at home. So just what up, guys?
All right, guys, want to start off? Actually, we wanted to show you guys these hero shots we have of I believe they had the 6 teams they made them for. It was Ruffled Feathers, Infinity, MBN, Insanes, Fathering, and DBF. So we're going to show these, the hero shots, and then we're going to get a little bit of talking about the teams themselves. So let me switch to this. Switch some stuff in my little noob settings. Hold on.
Who slumps in that one?
Oh, I don't know.
All the way on the left, wearing the actual Stain jersey.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Can't believe Baby Drama Man just.
Yeah, right.
Who's that?
He ripped the router.
Oh, that was
You're so
Strangulator.
happy right now.
Yeah.
Distortion.
Distortion one's great. Did he actually like break an actual controller?
Yeah, that was the
Think
one
so.
that Joey fucking smashed up. So you hear about the controller that Joey smashed?
Nah.
Because after his match, he fucking started slamming his controller down on the ground.
Vicious.
Dude, after,
I was
yeah.
standing behind him when he did that.
dude, Enmity after they lost, he was just like,
Dude, I heard
Yeah,
Enmity
yeah.
called security on like Monk and Base Soldier and then to get out of the room or something. What was prison in right there? I'm very confused.
I don't know.
They can't hear us right now, can they?
Schmaz.
I like how the music ends, but Infinity's still going.
Dude, Flames' was badass.
Yeah, that was all the Face's idea. It was awesome.
yeah.
It goes to the whole team though before it shows him. That's what I don't get. Oh, to
I
like.
don't care.
Oh,
Flames
yeah.
is the best.
But it's
Yeah,
like,
that's
That's
good.
no.
tight. That's tight. That's tight.
That was awesome. I love that. Yeah, guys. Speaking about HD, as I see you guys in the chat, I know he tweeted out today for MBN that he's done apparently before the event. He had already decided he was going to quit regardless. A little, hearsay going around, but I'm not sure. I mean, it's distortion. I think he's done that before. I mean, he's not very good at keeping his emotions in check,
I mean, after they lost or whatever, he didn't even say bye to anybody. He grabbed his bag and his girl left. He
Yeah.
said bye to anybody. So I think he was just pretty pissed that he lost.
Speaking about people being pissed they lost, did you see what
No.
Mind Tricks did? Mind Tricks, my boy, a lot of people's boys, like, he had a distortion moment. What Distortion did back at WCG, I mean, I was coaching, I saw it right there. He, grabbed his Astros when he lost, snapped the band, and slammed them as hard as he could, and you just saw pieces explode. And apparently, we have lost DukeSkills.
I don't know. That was definitely the best rage put on.
We'll get him back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess he dropped out. We'll get him back, don't worry. Yeah, that happened there. Back on MBN, I don't know what's going to happen. I know they're saying that, I guess, Fallout might be gone. I mean, Nick's tweet was a little vague. I mean, he didn't really say what's going on. That the team's not really set in stone, all that stuff.
I saw that tweet that Distortion sent to Jay earlier today saying, hey, I need to talk to you ASAP, blah, blah, blah. Hit me up when you get a chance. So,
Yeah, I mean, it
I
makes
really
sense if
think-
Jay went back to NBN. Like, that's like the
Yeah.
obvious thing. Like,
yeah.
I mean, if anyone didn't see that coming, they're pretty blind. I mean,
Yeah.
if Jay's playing in NBN needs one, you can probably bet on Jay going back to that team. If you have any money, just bet on that. That's
Yeah.
probably going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt.
Oh, Duke,
Distortion
where did you
quit.
go? Yeah, he's offline.
And from what Duke said and what we've heard, Fallout was going to be like done with NBN or whatever regardless. So, I mean, I bet for all those Fallout fans out there, I know there's a lot that he'll probably be on a different team. I mean, you can bet on that too. It just seems like that's just the mutual decision right now. So, I mean, as far as official post-event breakups, you can probably just count on those two. Jay going back to NBN if there's still a team, and then Fallout's going to be needing a new team.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Speaking of
that,
team breakups, what do you guys think Vision's going to do?
Vision, I saw
That
Puff.
was disappointing.
Puff just tweeted out "fuck," like that's all he tweeted out. So I think he's a little pissed and he doesn't know what's going on. I don't know. I'm expecting him to make a move somewhere, because that's the first time he's placed outside of top 8. He's used to consistent top 4.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
think-
that was disappointing because I thought they were going to be really good. They were saying before the event how they couldn't wait to get to hype. They're going to shut so many teams up. Can't wait to beat so many teams. And
yeah.
I mean, they might be the biggest disappointment of the event. if not for fake retaliation. But I mean, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that was a real big disappointment. I mean, Affinity, Puff, Franchise, Knock, all great players,
Yeah.
and just for them to get like top 12,
Who'd they get knocked out by?
they lost to Raw Talent and Ruffled
Yeah.
Feathers.
Oh.
Yeah, 3-1 by Ruffled Feathers. So. I mean, Ruffled Feathers, great team though. So I mean, that's not really surprising. I thought the Raw Talent loss.
You know what?
I mean,
couldn't believe.
once Raw Talent beat Vision, I thought they were the real deal.
Yeah,
and they
that's what I was
lost to
saying.
DBF.
I couldn't believe that.
Yeah, DBF was fucking hot though, dude.
That's
Like,
true.
I watched them play the whole event, and those kids were fucking banging, man.
I see you guys in the chat screaming "Frag D" and relax. Nothing's. I mean, it's just a one-day thing. We've talked.
You might have chest pains again.
Huh?
You might have chest pains again, Puff.
Yeah. You know, it's just talks at this time. I'm desperately waiting for DukeSkills to get back, but I mean, it's talks. I mean, me and Manny have talked. Crank, has talked with us too. We're just seeing. It's mainly me and Scar right now looking to see what we can do, and Crank if he can do it. But we'll see. Don't want to get too on topic with that. Where were we before?
What other disappointments? Let's talk about disappointments.
Oh, disappointments. Yeah.
Fly Society. I'll let someone else take that because I didn't get to see him play at all.
I
But
called
Fly
that.
Society,
I called
wow.
I called that too. I did not think
Called
they
that
were
all day.
as hyped. I mean, they're all good players, but I did not think that team was going to do too well, and they didn't do too well. So I mean, that's that.
Yeah, they did it really bad. Fly Society dropped the ball pretty hard. I don't know what their issue was. Oh God, where is this man?
No offense to Kenny over here from Ambition. I was expecting more things from you guys. I mean, you guys played well, came up a little short. You guys took MBN to map 5, right, in the last round too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then who knocked you out? Was it Ruffled Feathers 3-1?
Ruffled Feathers, yeah.
Yeah.
And RF just knocking kids out, huh?
That's a tough bracket though. You guys have to play MBN, then you have to play Ruffled Feathers. And you
Yeah.
had to wait for them to come from losers bracket. So I mean, that's nothing to be ashamed of. It's just a tough bracket.
Yeah. They
If
came
you
off
lose
hot
second or
in
third
position
round, you're
too.
gonna have a tough bracket because you're gonna have to play a team in losers bracket that's been playing before you. And
Yeah.
they're just blowing through that losers bracket, and you're just sitting there waiting to warm up, and they're just playing more matches. So that's always been tough.
Yeah, I guess.
someone in the chat just said GYN too. I thought they
Oh,
were.
ZYN, big disappointment.
Well,
I didn't think they were going to get double.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't expect to do too amazing though, because Arctic knew that they didn't really practice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I'm saying it's a disappointment from like the fans' perspective because they've reached so like far out into the Gears community that like so many more people are aware of them than they are of other pro teams. So I mean, it was a little disappointing to not get to see them play more and see a little more from Arctic, but obviously I'm sure they'll be back.
Yeah, so Kenny, what's going on with your team? Are you guys gonna stick it out?
As far as right now, I had a brief conversation with all of them in the car ride back to the Chicago and Ohio. And as far as right now, we're going to stick it out. We're going to see how it goes. We would like to play with each other. We don't see ourselves playing with anyone else, so we're going to try it. We're going to keep going.
All right.
Yeah, y'all can only improve, Kenny. Like I think you guys just one of the newer teams, and you guys just had a really, really hard bracket. I think you guys should stick it out, like for sure.
Oh, there he is. We got him back after just vanishing. Your internet just drop out on you?
Yeah, I'm out in the living room now. It's right next to the router.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good old wireless, huh?
You guys were talking about Ambition then?
Yeah, we were talking about Ambition, see what's going on with his team. We were talking about how your team had knocked them out. You guys knocked out Raw Talent. Oh, no, TBF
Vision.
knocked out. You guys knocked out Vision, yeah.
Yeah.
What happened in that match? Oh, Chupacabra. And Chupacabra.
Yeah, the Chupacabras. No, but Kenny, like, you guys are really good. It's just like specifically, I can remember on King of the Hills, like just a little bit of disorganized play. Like, you guys would, one of you would be alive, and you could hold off a hill, or you could hold a setup, or just hold a spawn, and that person would try and go make a play instead of like holding the area, or there'd be two of you. You know what I mean? Like, you guys would just die and die and die, rather than wait for your teammates. But other than that, I mean, you guys are really individually skilled, and I played with Bobby in '09, so you guys just keep your heads up, stay together, for real. Like, you guys are really good.
Yeah, we definitely are. I found that on Sunday when we played you guys, we started off really dull as of like from the night before playing against MBN. Like, Bobby was really hyped. I was focused. Blaze was focused. Anthony was focused. We were just all in it. And the next day we went and played you. and we just didn't seem that focused. And did he just lag out again?
Dude.
No, I'm here.
No,
I
he's
got
he just said that.
No, he was holding that mannequin status. He was just-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Events are tough because it's just 3 days. You have to bring your best every match. Half of it is brackets. Half of it is like sometimes you're sitting in loser's bracket and a team plays 3 matches before they play you, so that's always an uphill battle. But I mean, if a team is even a semi-successful event, they should probably stick together if like everybody gets along and it works. I mean, if it obviously doesn't work, then I mean, screw it. But if you have even a semi-successful event where you saw good things and felt like you could have done better, or if one more thing just went your way, then I mean, it's always a great idea to stick together.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah, my team should totally stick together.
Your team. Wait, after what I saw in the lobby last night. Oh,
Yeah,
wait, with
right.
Knight and Supra? No. No.
Negative.
Yeah, and like when we played you guys, Kenny, like we just came off of a 3-1 on Vision, and like literally 5 minutes, like you guys were on the station, we were already warming up. Like we'd already been like super warm. Like we were just ready to like play over and over and over again. So I mean that's one of the advantages I think that losers bracket does have, and like I mean everyone saw the Insanes just trucking through losers bracket, just shitting on everybody because they were warm. It's just match after match after match, especially when we're behind and you've got to stay on the station, and just keep playing and playing and playing. You don't have to get up.
Yep.
So
Yo, how about we move to the story of the weekend, I think. Infinity repeating, second Hyperfestation win, and tears like 26th straight LAN win on the East Coast. He won like the MLG Meadowlands 09, then he won WCG, then he won Hype 1, Hype 2, I'm sure a bunch of other stuff, NJ Halos if he had a full team. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, it's just looking like he's unstoppable on the East Coast right now. And Infinity, I mean, I was expecting them to do really well, but I mean, from what I saw, it didn't seem like they got in a ton of practice or put in as much time as the other teams, and they still had a really tough bracket and beat every team that they needed to be and won the tournament again. So I mean, that was just a really impressive showing by them, I think. I mean, watching at home, they just looked like the team to beat through and through. There's never like a moment of doubt where you thought they might lose a match, even if it did go down to a wire.
yeah, like we were talking, Sealan and I were talking to Atmo, and we are like, how prepared were you guys even for this event? And they were like, I don't know, scrim like 2-3 times a week, you know, nothing. Like he made it sound like they didn't play like ever, and like I don't know about you guys, but when like Atmo and Ribs both took off their hoodies after like losing 2 straight matches to the Insanes, it was over. After that, just pure domination. So
Yeah, I think they started off down 3-1, and then the Insanes won 3 straight, which sucks because any other match, the Insanes just 3-0'd them.
yeah,
You know, but that's what happens. Best of
But
11.
then Infinity won 3 more. So I mean,
Yeah.
if it was like how the championships usually work,
Yeah.
sometimes if you come from losers bracket, you either have to win 6 maps out of 11 or 2 series. So if it would have been like 2 series, they would have won the first series 3-0. Then Infinity would have won the second one 3-0. But I mean,
Yeah.
just how it went.
Sucks.
It was a great final.
Yeah.
So it was the best that Gears has had in a while. I think.
Also, the fathering Caesars team
Oh yeah.
making it to top 3, even made it to winners finals, and had Infinity. I believe they had them that last round, but just slowed it down a little and let Infinity play into their hands.
yeah, I mean,
don't
that was a
know.
great showing by them.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I-
They all played really well.
I mean, I can't believe that they actually made it that far. There's a few. What's that?
I'm in the middle of a show. I can't really go right now.
Yo, how about all these Cinderella stories
Oh yeah, DBF.
with Locks?
I didn't even know they were
DBS,
going.
Synergy.
Like
Yeah,
I know
Synergy came out
Slum's
to
decently
play.
well.
Oh.
SYN
Got
played
one of
well,
the
yeah.
guys, you know.
That one really surprised me because I mean the kind of whole online warrior thing is past. I mean
Yeah.
everybody knew they were really good players, and I mean they might be a little better online, but I thought they would do just fine on LAN, and they did. They came up a little short against Infinity, then they lost to Insanes.
yeah, right
Yeah.
after our match.
So I mean, good showing by them. Came up a little short. I'm sure they're disappointed, but I mean, whole thing about them is just attitudes and maturity, and I bet this LAN helped them a lot in the maturity of the department.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As
that's the
like
only thing that
hopefully they'll
really
get
broke
along.
them.
Yeah, if they can just get along and not freak out after a map loss or a round loss, and just realize that It's not over till it's over. I mean, I expect good things from them if they stick together.
There's a few other teams too. I mean, LOX I think made top 8 or close to
Yeah.
it.
That
FYC
boy Crip.
also.
Secret was fucking banging all weekend, man.
Yeah, Secret Kid I heard was
That
doing
boy
good.
Secret, oh my god. Every King of the Hill match,
Yeah.
he had at least 15 kills, at least.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why
that was
I had such a hard time predicting a top 8 last week when I had to do it because I had no idea who could be who because it's still so early in the game. It's really only Infinity and the Insanes really have the up on everybody. And the Fathering, if they stick together and keep doing what they're doing, they're going to stay up there. But I
I'm
mean,
sure they will.
yeah, and then you got MBN. They could stay up there if say Jay comes back and maybe they keep Fallout, maybe they don't, but I'm sure they'll be fine.
And Min needs to come out strong and actually like break into the top 2 in the tournament because they've been the favorites. Like even going back to Gears 2, they had a disappointing like last even like 3 tournaments, and then they got 5th at the last hype, then 4th at this one. So I mean, like they're always right there. They always play great matches. They beat good teams, and then like I always feel like they lose to a team maybe that they shouldn't have lost to, or they just come up short. So I mean, if they stick together, keep relatively same squad. I mean, they need to come out whatever next tournament is MLG hype and just make a showing because I kind of feel like I don't know they just need to come and bang some kids out next tournament, get back into the top 2 because that's where they're expected to be.
I want to talk about Apex. They came out, all the way from Europe. They looked like they were going to steamroll Legacy after that first map, but then some technical issues. Loco had told me that they went up about 50 or something to 0. They won that first hill on Dry Dock after they won the first map, but then they had wrong swaps, so they made them drop it, and it just, flipped all the momentum. Like, it kind of deflated them. He said that they're, Loco was telling them, don't worry about it, but then they were like, oh, we should have this lead, and it just, fell apart. But they still made a decent run through losers. They got top 16, I believe. I don't know, do you know who knocked them out?
They lost to LOX.
Yeah, LOX.
The first match
Yeah, LOX. So,
on Sunday.
Yeah, that was really disappointing because I played them online a couple times and I thought they looked great.
yeah, they look
they
I
good.
would
I
expect
think-
them to at least be top 8.
I think Apex is one of those teams that need to warm up first, for a while.
Yeah.
Not in just the King of the Hill, but actually match-wise. But I think that's why they lost to at LOX, early Sunday morning.
Oh,
Yeah, it's tough for them practice-wise too, being in the
Yeah,
East Coast. I
it
mean,
is.
not in the East Coast in Europe. That's
Yeah,
tough.
I mean,
I was talking to Loco, and if you think about it, the first in Gears 1, they started playing in 08. In their first event, they didn't get top 16.
Yep.
And they took an event off, and then they came back, and they got top 4. So I think they learn very well from losing. So I think they're going to come back next hype or next MLG to get picked up. But I think they're going to do really, really well.
yeah, that's what Loco told me. He said that, well, I had heard too that they're just not used to losing. All those guys, minus Loco, he's used to it, but the rest of them, they win everything over there. They've never lost.
Reaction,
they win everything.
Sure. They've won they've only been to like 3 or 4 ECLs and they've won every single one of them, it seems. So I mean, it's a tough thing, and just the practicing again, having to play at like not only the lag or whatever, the lag is like they're 6 hours behind, so they might be scrimming a team at like 12 o'clock at night our time, but it might be like 6 a.m. over there. I'm sure those practice schedules for them are brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they've got some really trendy gameplay. Like when you were watching Legacy, the match against Legacy, I think it was Reese who was shooting the diggers like through the front door on Hotel, and like they would go on like the side of the desks, like either side of the front desk, and then they even found one that was outside that's like I haven't seen it before. There was like the two sandbags from bottom overlook, and they shot it all the way through at P dot. And it went all the way to the steps of the torque bow from outside.
I saw that. Yeah, digger.
They were just like they had some really like I'm not going to say unorthodox, but just some things that that we haven't picked up yet on over here. And I think after that, like watching the finals match, watching all the matches after they even got knocked out, just having that experience now and knowing what type of strategies that we run over here, that like the next type, if they come to it, I'm definitely betting they'll get top 8.
Should be good. Kenny, you want to step in on any of this? I mean, you want to say something?
I would, but I really didn't watch them play that much, so,
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yo, reactions is a monster.
Yeah,
That
he's
kid
good. That
is
kid,
so good, man.
that kid was something else last night. He's a
Convict
he's a
Slim.
he's a tall one, right? The tall guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
something else, to say the least. Oh
Throwing
man.
finals matches. He was
Yeah.
going in with me.
I forgot what I was gonna talk about. Shit, I lost my train of thought. I suck right now.
What about Pete Nubb and like
Oh,
the
Pete Nubb, yeah, of course. In case you guys didn't know, Pete, who's in the stream from Epic, came down, was a huge help at the event. Handed out a ton of stuff that Epic brought out, and was huge in helping us fix the whole downloadable content issue that was crippling the tournament on Friday. Because it was taking like matches almost an hour to start up, because they had to keep going from box to box to box trying to host it. He just did a great job. I hope we drag Quinn out to the next one. You said you would, and he better come out or we're gonna have problems.
Yeah,
Casey was
Pete.
there too, right?
Yeah, I mean, you honestly can't thank Pete enough. I mean, he has no obligation to help out with the competitive community at all. Like, it doesn't make him make more dollars or anything at Epic. I mean, he's just doing it because he likes competition. He's a great guy. I mean, obviously can't thank him enough. I wasn't there. I was kind of disappointed because I really wanted to meet him, but and thank him. But I mean, honestly, just like, you can't thank him enough. I mean, I don't even know how to put it into words, but he's basically just the fucking man. He's the dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That asshole won the damn big ass prize giveaway.
Oh yeah, I love it. Pete goes there and he claims he won the Astro A40s, the earbuds too, like the backpack. Like he won like everything basically that was being given away. He won all the good stuff. I think that was a little rigged, but you know, whatever.
Hey, you know what though? He gave everything away but the Astros.
Yeah, he did give it all away except the Astros. He's a cool guy.
And how about the luck of fucking, excuse my language, of Ribs and Atmos still winning all the giveaways, and then they win the event.
Yeah, they win all the goodies. Like I remember Ribs is sitting there commentating with me, and he gets pulled over for something, and he actually won the little earbuds, the Astro Buds.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky, and I won nothing.
Yeah,
of course.
the funny thing about that is that like I think Puff, like right after our match, he went up to his hotel room and like just passed out, and then they started giving out those giveaways, and he was the like first or second name called for like the Astros or something like that, or like one of the prize packs, and like Fran and Affinity tried to claim it for him, and then they were like, oh well, gonna go tell David now because he's gonna be pissed. So.
That's funny. Yeah, he was dead. As far as I know, he was dead in his room. That's all.
Yeah.
Clutching a bucket, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
You guys want to give out an MVP from the tournament? I want to see who you guys thought played best, and I'll say who I thought played best from home.
MVP
Probably
from
different
the tournament.
perspective.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
I thought Taylor did really, really well, and Wildy, obviously.
Wildy did great.
I mean, Terror silenced a lot of people saying that he was like the worst one on that team. Like he played really well, but I'm gonna have to go with Camille's on the fathering. He was doing some nasty stuff against Infinity, and I mean that whole team was doing good stuff. Like Rec has always been a solid player, but this event definitely, like Camille's, and definitely stepped up and helped them get to where they were.
Yeah, I honestly thought Wildebeest did great. He did really good. And also, if you guys were on those listen-ins, Killa is probably one of the most insane communicators I have ever heard.
Yep.
He doesn't miss a beat. He will communicate for all three members on his team. They won't have to say a single thing. He's got it all. But I mean, I thought Wildy did great. Honestly, I thought he did really good.
From watching at home, obviously I don't get to have the perspective if you guys do. You guys can watch every match, but from the matches I saw on stream, I mean, hands down, I'd have to give it to Terror, like 100%. Like, just like what he does for that team, like leadership-wise, and just like keep them all composed and getting in the other team's head. But like, not even that. Like, I saw him make some like nasty plays that we're used to seeing from Ribs and Atmo, but just like clutch plays too, just like double kills. Like I remember just one play on checkout. I don't remember who they were playing, but he like bodied a guy on plat, then hopped off and bodied a guy there to like win a map or round or something. Just one that stuck in my head, but I thought he played absolutely disgusting all weekend, like easily like MVP. Like from what I saw at home from the match that I saw, I thought he played disgusting.
Definitely agree with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say Terra as well. I mean, for
Terra?
all the reasons you guys are saying. I think they did win, but I mean, I feel like he surprised me the most because when I play Terra, I usually think of him as a supporter and the leader of the team from what I've seen and from when I played against him. But he really surprised me because when I was watching those matches, like you said, I remember that checkout play. It was huge, and he comes up with a lot of the first kills, lead off the rounds, which I usually think would be Atmo, Ribs, or even Flames at times. So
Yeah. Oh, one more thing I wanted to point out from that I saw at home was like Infinity got taken to like map 7 or round 7 a couple of times, and I felt like every time it was round 7, my boy Flames got a kill, like the kill that would just set off the round.
Yep.
Yeah.
I felt like he was coming up big in round 7
That
for him,
kid-
which is all you need to ask for.
He
Flames are
looks
just so solid.
he looks like Frankenstein with like not
Dude,
not in
he's
the
so
rude way,
aggy
but it's
now.
just like
He's so aggy
he's
now.
like emotionless. Just
Just
well, he doesn't
focused.
even move. It's like he just plays.
It's
It's
cool,
crazy.
calm, collected.
Yeah, like
Games.
that's the thing. Like if Terror wasn't on there, like like coaching him, like I don't know. I'm not sure he would be like as on point as he is, when he's playing with them. Because if Terror's not there getting everybody motivated, it's a whole different team.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
another player that really helped their team get to where they were was, or that really kind of surprised me was Zkilla. Like he was doing some dirty things for the Insanes, and I mean in Gao 2, I always thought he was the type of player that like up top on Jacinto, you could just run at him sometimes. But like he definitely was having a great event at Hype. Like he was just doing some dirty like 2v1s on King of the Hills, getting a lot of like first kills, like what Kenny was saying about Terror, and he, besides the fact that Wildy's a monster, I mean he really helped the Insanes get to where they got.
Mm-hmm.
I think you did too.
It was good. It was good. So,
Agreed.
who do you guys think's all going to break up? You think any of these teams are going to
So,
stay?
about the breakups, I hope all these new teams don't let out their placing and get to their head and go for names instead of
Yeah, I don't feel like there's going to be as many breakups after this event. Oh, one interesting storyline I wanted to point out was once Nick left the Insanes after Hype in that New Egg tournament and joined MBN, and then Predator left too, they were like saying how they didn't have it in them, they weren't dedicated, and Predator's like Insanes without me has no brains. Then Wildy and Prison hop on. I feel like Wildy kind of took over the strategic role and everything, or at least helped out. They come and get second place and came just as close to beating Infinity as the last Insanes did. So I mean, I feel like they kind of stuck it to Predator and Nick,
Also,
who, like, kind of
yeah, I mean,
motivated him a little bit.
Ethan was when I was talking to him, he was just to say the least, pretty happy that they beat MVN because of what happened.
Mm-hmm.
He was real happy, and I was happy for him because I mean they kind of fucked him over to say like
Kind of threw him under the bus.
yeah they really did.
After that, like, it's one thing to leave a team and be like, yeah, it was mutual, but I felt like Predator and Nick left that team, then kind of threw him under the bus.
Mm-hmm.
Like, kind of went way too public about it. It's just like it's easy to say it wasn't working out, but they had to go into details, and I felt like they threw Z-Killer and Killa under the bus, who are two great guys and are very dedicated, nicest people I ever meet. So I mean, it was good for them definitely to come out and have a strong tournament, and I was glad to see that.
Yep.
What do you guys think if Jimmy quits and Fallout is no longer on MBN? Who does Nick either just go and play with, or if Jay comes back, do you think HD will stay if Jay comes back, or like what do you guys think about MBN?
I think if Jay comes back and they drop Fallout, Jimmy will stay.
Yeah, and if they get Jay back and Jimmy doesn't play, I mean MBN just goes their pickup of Fallout was like the quickest they've ever been. They're usually like really methodical and they take their time finding a fourth. So I mean, it could be anyone. It's kind of hard to speculate, but if Jay comes, I could see Jimmy staying. But if Jimmy doesn't stay, I really have no idea. It could be like literally anyone they want or whatever.
Mhm.
That'll be interesting to see.
BGV is definitely breaking up.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, VVV's done. I don't see Rhett staying together.
I don't either.
I think they've
I think lethal
imploded.
injection's already done.
Lethal Injections is done already.
Agent.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like a lot of teams are already splitting up. Also, I wanted to touch on: were there any maps you guys thought, maps game time said you guys did not like that you think shouldn't be in the next event?
I think they can
I
trim
see.
down the execution maps a lot.
Yeah.
Thrashball, if teams start like running down low, it'll be better. But I mean, I feel like Thrashball, Dry Dock, Mercy, maybe even Trenches, seeing how those played. I feel like some of those can all go. You can definitely trim out the execution maps big time.
Yeah,
and get the best of the best.
Trenches.
That hurts teams' practices because I mean, you go to the event, you play execution, dry dock, or trenches, or some other maps that you never really got to play because the cycles were so long. So I mean, I think one of the goals before the next hype, like God willing they do it, is they really need to trim out the execution maps.
Yeah.
Just for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah, one thing I was talking to Damage Points and Affinity about was like, you know, Halo, they have 11 game types, but they also only have like 4 or 5 maps per event, and each game type on those maps.
Mm-hmm.
So you know they can jump in, and I mean the spawns are pretty much the same for each one of their game types. You know the objective changes, but you can get a lot of practice by just playing five straight games and jumping to the next team. Whereas us, with all these execution maps, it's really tough to get your 3, 4, 5, 6 strats on certain maps, your trick strats, your bases, and going all over like with your situational stuff on all these execution maps. It's pretty tough to do, especially when for the longest, we would just go from the beginning map to the end map, and you'd play King of the Hill Dry Dock, King of the Hill Trenches, and you'd never play those on execution until maybe 2-3 weeks before hype started, once the final game types were announced. So and like camping wise, like the maps that didn't get played, Dry Dock and Trenches, took the longest because people didn't know what to do. They would, if they matched you and they got beat one round, then it was just ring around the rosy, just like how Thrashball would be if someone goes up top and someone plays down low, just ring around the rosy for 5 minutes. So
yeah, but Duke, if you watched Insane's MBN, if you watched them play on Dry Dock, that map was one of the most entertaining execution maps I've ever seen.
yeah, because they actually matched each other.
Yeah,
like,
it all depends on how tag teams play it, and I think a lot of teams are scared
mm-hmm.
to either both teams go up top and bang out on Thrashball, or both teams go down low and bang out. Or on Mercy, one team will go outside and one team will go inside. It's all about people. There needs to be a certain location on maps where teams need to go and fight for control, and it will be rewarding.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the man up?
Two different sides.
Or the seven round rule? Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
7 round rule. That's what I meant.
Yeah, Tara just said that. I forgot about it. I
don't feel like we need it anymore. I mean,
No.
it's not used to. There's no man up rule. I mean, I think we can get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because if a team goes up 3-0 or 3-1 or like even 2-1 and there's a draw, like it just allows teams to play really gay. Like they can just like camp, or I don't know. I feel like it definitely is. We don't need it anymore. It's not.
If we get rid of the 7-round rule, you got to get rid of the maps that came to camp them, because teams will do that shit.
Yeah, like
you can't have another Meadowlands. You can't do that.
Yeah, Trenches execution. I feel like that's a map that started off okay, and it's getting progressively worse and worse with teams, and that's happened in all the past years. So I mean.
What I feel like might help Trenches is the swaps, the digger and the nades, because when we were playing execution this time, it wasn't there. There was the scorcher and digger in the middle of the map, so you really couldn't make a play on it unless if you pushed across crane and took over their set of crane and made sure you had like secured everything. So I think that could help Trenches, but I think Mercy definitely has to go for that reason, because I know Will, you were watching Legacy with right behind him, and they got 7-round ruled by Synergy, and like that was the most boring match to watch. And just for those kind of reasons, like the maps like that need to be taken out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, Arctic's team got knocked out by LOX because of the 7-round rule. They didn't move on Mercy, like he just said in the chat. They camped on him, and like it's just not necessary. That was something that was only really in because I feel after use and all that. I mean, it made it bad, but they tweaked after pickup, and it's fine now. And I really don't think 7-round rule needs to be in anymore. That was more of a Gears 2 thing, and I don't even know why we still try to use it.
Well, another thing on that note about after use and after pickup, one thing I was talking to Daughter about is, they were in the middle of their like second match, their elimination match, and they didn't realize that none of the server side patches actually came in on LAN. Like ensigns were the old ensigns, and weapon timers were still 3 minutes for the digger. Like 3 minutes for digger and boom, like the super long ones, like two minutes for nades, like the super long ones, the first ones, and they were sitting just waiting for a new boom. They had one boom in hand, and it got down to like 30 seconds left. They're like, where the fuck is the boom?
Yeah.
So Like I think that definitely needs to
there's
be
Pete.
fixed.
Yeah, he just said weapon timers will be shorter in the next patch. So
Yeah,
I
I
guess it
think
was something they just left out.
shorter weapon timers, and you can pretty much get rid of the 7-round rule because the team that's camping, the team with position is going to make that push anyway with all those power weapons. And I mean, if you get completely rid of it, you're going to have like a lot of matches that take forever.
Mhm.
So I don't think completely getting rid of it is really an option, but maybe extending it to 9 or 11 so that eventually it will end. But it still gives more padding, so it's not like, oh, we got 3 rounds, we're just going to camp twice and win, you know?
Mhm.
So
Yeah. Let's see, what else? King of the Hills Slab, I think is going to be it. I don't know if you guys have played it much. I mean, it's the day after
It seemed
hype.
pretty good. I played it in ranked a couple
Yeah,
times.
I only have to play it a few times. I'm going to be playing a lot of it this week. And to make Quinn happy, I'm going to be doing one scrim where we do retro starts, just so he can stop asking me about it, and so he can see how it works out. But I mean, I'm not sure how it's going to work. But Quinn wanted to see it, so I'm going to do it. But King of the Hill Slab, I think, is going to be. And also, Pete said that they are working on Thrashball King of the Hill. They're going to remove one of the hills up top. Do you guys think that could be a legitimate King of the Hill map?
I mean, I've always loved
I'm not a big fan
Thrashball.
of King of the Hill trenches, but I mean, I guess other people are. But yeah,
I think the only thing that made Thrashball like hard to play was that top smoke hill. I mean, the spawns are actually really good. I think they're really good, and I mean, I've heard that they're going to be tweaking some King of the Hill spawns and some other elements about the game type in the next patch. So, but for like in general about King of the Hill, I think for the first event that it was at, it brought a lot of excitement. And
I thought
it
King of the
was
Hill was
really-
great.
Yep, it was awesome.
Fantastic. It was so much fun to watch. Especially on Dry Dock when it was real close and there was that bridge hill a
that
couple
bridge,
times.
yeah.
I just remember a couple matches. I think it was one of your matches, Kenny. Like, it was just unbelievably like exciting. Like, just like so many nasty double kills and just like frantic, exciting gameplay that just like if there's a slow execution map, the King of the Hill just like I don't know. It's just a great change of pace and it's so much fun to watch and fun to play too. It's just great.
Yeah,
I think
Kenny, was that
game
was
type.
that you guys? Like, I think it was either you or maybe someone from SYN that had like a 3-piece on the hill when it was like 5 seconds left. Either team could have won it, and whoever was queen or something just went ham and just shit on everything and got the last cap. It was nuts.
Yeah, it was my team versus my brother's team. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Who's your brother?
was,
Phenomenon.
Phenomenon? What team is he on?
FYC.
FYC.
Oh, was he tight?
Bring him in.
Yeah.
Bring him into the call.
Sanel said one good thing in the chat. He said that they should just remove those hills that are, the ones that are just almost impossible to take back unless the
Yeah,
team spawns with boom shots.
I mean, there's
I think they should just remove those hills from the maps.
yeah.
Like if you look at Rustlong, tell me one hill that you can't take back.
The ink hills are
they keep-
hard, but you can break them. There's a lot of ways to move.
but you can break them.
Any
Yeah.
hills that you have to go down or up to get to, like down low on
Yeah.
trenches or up top on trenches or up top on thrash are really hard, but all the other hills, they're pretty much fair game to take back.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
trenches up top sucks. Strydock, I mean, the opposite sides up top are kind of hard, but you can still breach in there. If you throw the right smokes and everything, you can still get in. You just, you can't rush it like a crazy man.
Yeah.
Tiki is hard. Tara's right. Tiki is a little hard also on dry dock, but it's still breakable. That's the thing. It's still breakable because while they have cover to hide behind, that also gives you cover to maneuver around while you're running in to break it. So, I mean, it
Yeah.
plays both ways. But,
I think up top hill thrash or up top hills on thrash ball if we want to use thrash ball. Up top hill on trenches. Tiki on dry dock. I think those hills got to go if that wants to be like one of the really
yeah, and
to make it more competitive.
so,
And I hope they another thing is I hope they move the spawn locations out of an actual hill
yeah.
because that's some bullshit. If it,
No.
your team all dies on the other side of the map and you have one teammate in the next hill and then they all spawn there. That's
Yeah.
bullshit.
That's a glitch because we were picking Pete's brain like all Friday night when we were fixing the Xboxes, and he said that King of the Hill uses wingman spawns for the player spawns, and like some of the radiuses on the hill and the spawn, they're a little too close, so it kind of, I forget how he explained exactly because I was exhausted, but you know, it pretty much it doesn't work right, and sometimes you know that you split up when you spawn, you don't spawn as a team, and sometimes you'll spawn accidentally into the hill, and you're not supposed to. So they're already on top of that and working on that and fixing all of it. That's why it only happens on some hills, you know, like there's always these few hills that they like people keep spawning on them.
Yeah. Another thing I've been hearing about, I don't know if Pete can confirm this or not,